If you're a senior man watching this right now, pay close attention. In the next few minutes, I'm going to explain exactly why so many older men end up feeling drained, disrespected, and deeply disappointed in their relationships. And here's the hard truth, it's not because of your age. Women don't lose respect for older men because they have gray hair or wrinkles. They lose respect because of certain behaviors men keep repeating, behaviors that quietly destroy attraction and admiration over time. Today, we're breaking down 10 things a senior man should never do for a woman. Once you truly understand these, you'll see why some men thrive after 60, strong, respected, fulfilled, while others slowly lose themselves trying to please someone who never truly valued them. Let's get straight into it. The first thing a senior man should never do is sacrifice his entire identity just to be liked. After 60, your identity is your power. You've lived. You've struggled. You've learned lessons the hard way. You've built routines, habits, and interests that give your life structure and meaning. But the moment some men meet a woman, they start dismantling all of that. They stop seeing their friends. They drop their hobbies. They rearrange their schedules. Every decision suddenly revolves around her comfort. That's a mistake. A woman does not respect a man who gives up everything for her. She respects a man who already has a full life and invites her into it. When you make her your entire world, she eventually feels the pressure of that. Worse, she gets bored. Admiration fades when a man shrinks himself to fit into someone else's life. You're meant to grow with someone, not disappear for someone. The second thing you should never do is overinvest too early. This is a common trap. You meet a kind or attractive woman, and suddenly you're acting like she's already earned lifelong access to you. Expensive dinners. Thoughtful gifts. Financial help. Deep emotional availability. All within the first few weeks. But relationships after 60 aren't built on how fast you give. They're built on how wisely you evaluate. Take your time. Watch her actions. Does she reciprocate? Does she bring peace into your life or unnecessary drama? Does she respect your time? Your boundaries? Your experience? Emotional discipline is attractive. Desperation is not. Think of your attention like gold. It's valuable. Don't hand it out as if it costs nothing. The third thing senior men should never do is ignore disrespect, even small signs of it. A lot of older men avoid confrontation because they want peace. They think staying quiet keeps things calm. But silence isn't always peace. Sometimes it's surrender. If a woman speaks to you rudely, dismisses your concerns, laughs at your boundaries, or mocks your values, and you say nothing, you're teaching her that this behavior is acceptable. Respect is non-negotiable. Especially at this stage in life. Your emotional energy is precious. If she can't communicate with kindness and basic courtesy, she doesn't deserve access to you. A woman who genuinely values a senior man doesn't casually disrespect him. And if she does, she corrects herself quickly. The fourth thing you should never do is become her financial plan. This one is dangerous, especially if you're dating someone younger or someone who seems unusually sweet when money is involved. It usually starts small. Can you help me with this bill? Can I borrow a little until next month? Harmless on the surface. But over time, some men find themselves financing a lifestyle that has nothing to do with partnership and everything to do with dependency. Always remember this, if her love disappears the moment the money does, it was never love. It was a transaction. There's nothing wrong with supporting a partner you trust and love. But never allow someone to turn your retirement into their upgrade package. Your finances represent security, stability, freedom. Protect them wisely. The fifth thing senior men should never do is apologize for having standards. Too many older men feel they should just be grateful for attention, especially if the woman is younger or very attractive. So they lower their standards. They hide their boundaries. They tolerate behavior they once would have rejected immediately. That mindset will cost you your dignity. Women don't respect men who bend themselves into whatever shape is necessary to avoid being alone. They respect clarity. They respect a man who knows what he wants and what he will never tolerate. Having standards doesn't make you difficult. It makes you wise. After 60, wisdom is your advantage. Don't throw it away just to keep someone around. The sixth thing you should never do is chase a woman after she pulls away. This is where many senior men lose their power. A woman becomes distant, and instead of stepping back, they lean in harder. More calls. More texts. More gifts. More effort. But chasing sends the wrong message. It says she's the prize, and you're lucky she's giving you attention. Let me flip that for you. After 60, you are the prize. You bring life experience, emotional stability, perspective, maturity. These are qualities many women deeply desire. If she pulls away, let her. A woman who values you won't risk losing you. And if she didn't value you in the first place, chasing her won't create respect, it will only lower it. Your time is too valuable to waste running after temporary validation. The seventh thing senior men should never do is allow a woman to control their emotions. Some women test emotional stability. They create jealousy. They give mixed signals. They go silent to provoke a reaction. They stir drama just to see how you respond. But emotional chaos ages you faster than anything else. At this stage in life, peace is priceless. A mature man does not allow anyone to turn him into a reactive, confused version of himself. Emotional control is your superpower. Women admire calm leadership. They feel safe around emotional steadiness. If someone constantly brings drama into your life, walk away. A real woman adds calm, not storms. The eighth thing you should never do is fix her problems at the expense of your own well-being. Many senior men are natural protectors and problem solvers. When a woman struggles, they immediately step in to repair everything. But there's a difference between support and rescue. A healthy woman wants partnership, not a savior. If she constantly depends on you to fix her finances, her emotional instability, her repeated mistakes, she's not seeking love. She's seeking a father figure. You are not her therapist. You are not her ATM. You are not her life manager. You're a man with your own responsibilities, your own health, your own priorities. Support her, yes. But never carry burdens she refuses to handle herself. The ninth thing senior men should never do is allow isolation. Some relationships slowly cut you off from the world. You see friends less. You stop calling family. Your hobbies fade. Your world shrinks to just the two of you. That's dangerous. Isolation creates dependency. And dependency creates control. Senior men thrive when they remain socially active and mentally engaged. A woman with good intentions will encourage your independence, not compete with it. And finally, the 10th thing you should never do is give love without receiving respect first. Love alone cannot sustain a relationship. Respect is the foundation. A woman may enjoy your company. She may appreciate your generosity. She may accept your affection. But if she doesn't respect you, she will never truly value you. Too many older men give everything, time, attention, loyalty, hoping respect will eventually follow. It doesn't work that way. Respect must come first. When respect is present, love flows naturally. When respect is absent, nothing you give will ever be enough. These are the first 10 truths every senior man needs to understand. When you're ready, we'll go deeper into the psychology behind why these patterns happen and how to protect your peace, your money, and your dignity in relationships after 60. Now that we've covered the 10 things senior men should never do, it's time to go deeper. Because understanding the behaviors is one thing. Understanding why they happen and why they cost so many older men their peace is where real power begins. Here's the reality. Being a senior man in today's dating world is very different from what it was 30 or 40 years ago. Traditional roles have shifted. Women have more independence, more options, and more confidence than ever before. And many older men are still operating with an outdated relationship mindset. That mismatch creates frustration. The first psychological truth you need to understand is this: many senior men overvalue female attention. After 60, it's common for a man to think, at my age, I should be grateful anyone is interested. That belief alone lowers your standards instantly. When you feel lucky just to be chosen, you tolerate things you would have never accepted in your 30s or 40s. You accept inconsistency. You overlook subtle disrespect. You downplay emotional distance. But here's what you must remember: women are attracted to confidence, not gratitude for crumbs. Your age does not reduce your value. In fact, many women are specifically drawn to older men because of maturity, stability, emotional control, and life experience. You are not lucky she chose you. She is fortunate to meet a man who has depth, wisdom, and perspective that younger men often lack. The second psychological truth is that senior men often confuse kindness with obligation. You want to be generous. You want to be supportive. You want to be a good man. And that's admirable. But without boundaries, kindness becomes an invitation for overuse. Human nature is simple. When something valuable is freely available without limits, people tend to take it for granted. If you give unlimited time, unlimited money, unlimited emotional labor, without requiring respect or reciprocity, you train someone to expect it. The solution isn't to stop being kind. It's to combine kindness with boundaries. A senior man who gives thoughtfully is respected. A senior man who gives endlessly is drained. The third psychological truth is fear of loneliness. This one runs deep. Many older men stay in unhealthy relationships because the idea of starting over feels exhausting. They worry that dating at this age is too complicated. They fear being alone in the evenings. They fear silence. So they tolerate behavior that chips away at their dignity. But here's something you need to hear clearly: loneliness is not cured by being with the wrong person. It's intensified. There is nothing more isolating than lying next to someone who doesn't respect you. There is nothing more draining than companionship that feels like obligation. Peaceful solitude is healthier than chaotic partnership. You are never too old to find meaningful connection. But you are absolutely too experienced to waste your remaining years in something that makes you feel small. The fourth psychological truth is that women naturally test boundaries. Not always consciously. Not always maliciously. But instinctively. When a woman meets a man, she observes his strength, not physical strength, but emotional strength. She watches how he responds to small challenges. If she's late and you say nothing, she registers that. If she cancels repeatedly and you accept it without comment, she registers that too. Boundaries are not about control. They're about self-respect. When you calmly say, "I don't accept that," without anger or drama, something powerful happens. Respect increases. When you stay silent out of fear of conflict, respect decreases. Respect grows or dies in those small moments. The fifth psychological truth is that women lose attraction when a man becomes overly available. This one confuses many senior men. You believe being constantly available shows devotion. You think answering immediately, rearranging your schedule, and prioritizing her every need proves commitment. But attraction thrives on balance. When you have your own life, your routines, your hobbies, your friends, you create healthy space. She feels that she's part of your world, not the entire world. A man with purpose is magnetic. A man who waits around for a phone call becomes predictable. At this stage of life, you should not be orbiting anyone. You should be standing firmly in your own center. Another powerful truth is that women respond more strongly to clarity than effort. You can plan perfect dates. You can give thoughtful gifts. You can be attentive and supportive. But if you lack clarity about what you want, what you expect, and what you won't tolerate, your effort loses value. A man who says calmly, "This is what I'm looking for," This is how I expect to be treated earns immediate respect. Effort without standards turns into servanthood. Clarity with standards creates leadership. The next truth is emotional independence. A senior man who manages his emotions well is extremely attractive. Especially after 60, when most people are tired of drama and instability. Emotional independence means you don't let her bad mood become your bad mood. You don't panic when there's a disagreement. You don't fall apart over small distance or tension. You stay steady. Steadiness builds safety. And safety builds attraction. When a woman knows you won't overreact, won't beg, won't collapse under pressure, she relaxes. Emotional chaos pushes people away. Emotional control draws them closer. Another truth senior men must understand is this: women respect men who respect themselves. If you stay with someone who treats you like an option, she will continue treating you like one. If you tolerate crumbs, crumbs are all you'll receive. But when you walk away from disrespect, even quietly, you send a powerful signal. I value myself. And here's the surprising part: sometimes a woman gains more respect for a man after he leaves than when he stayed trying to please her. Self-respect shifts dynamics instantly. Now let's talk about silence. Silence can be powerful, but only when it comes from strength. Avoiding conflict because you're afraid? That weakens your position. Withdrawing calmly when a boundary is crossed? That demonstrates control. If she becomes dramatic, manipulative, or disrespectful, sometimes the strongest move is distance, not debate. You don't need to argue to prove your value. Your absence often teaches more than your words ever could. And here's another critical truth: never retire your masculinity just because you retired from work. After 60, many men soften to the point of passivity. They stop taking initiative. They stop making decisions. They become agreeable to everything. But women still desire masculine energy. Not dominance. Not aggression. But calm leadership. Direction. Stability. Masculinity at this stage means you initiate plans. You set boundaries. You maintain your identity. You don't ask permission to exist. When a man loses that edge, he becomes a companion, but not a partner. Now, in the next part, we're going to focus specifically on protection, how to guard your emotions, your finances, and your peace without becoming cold or closed off. Because dating after 60 can absolutely be fulfilling. But only if you move with awareness, discipline, and self-respect. When you're ready, let's go into the final principles that will protect your dignity and help you build something healthy at this stage of life. Now let's focus on protection. Not building walls. Not becoming cold. Not assuming the worst about every woman you meet. But protecting your peace, your finances, and your dignity with wisdom. Because dating after 60 can be one of the most fulfilling seasons of your life if you move with awareness. The first protective principle is simple: give slowly, observe quickly. In the beginning of any relationship, emotions can blur judgment. Someone seems kind, attentive, affectionate. And it feels good. Especially if you've been alone for a while. But anyone can perform well in the early stages. Time reveals character. So instead of rushing to invest deeply, slow yourself down. Give attention gradually. Give trust gradually. And give financial support very carefully, if at all in the early phase. But while you're giving slowly, observe quickly. Watch how she handles frustration. Watch how she speaks about her past. Watch how she treats service workers, family members, and friends. Watch whether her words match her actions. Watch how she responds when you say no. Observation protects you from illusion. The second protective principle: never give commitment to inconsistency. At this stage in your life, your time is your most valuable asset. You cannot afford to waste it on someone who appears and disappears based on convenience. If she sends mixed signals, if she cancels repeatedly without care, if she shows up only when she needs something, that's not confusion. That's information. Consistency is a sign of emotional maturity. A woman who is serious about you will show up consistently. She won't leave you guessing. She won't make you feel like an option. Commitment should be earned through reliability, not requested through pressure. The third protective principle: maintain your independence at all costs. Keep your routines. Keep your hobbies. Keep your friendships. Keep your physical health habits. Your life should remain full, with or without a partner. The moment your world shrinks down to one person is the moment your leverage disappears. Independence creates attraction. Dependency creates imbalance. A relationship should enhance your life, not replace it. The fourth protective principle is this: never explain your worth. Demonstrate it. Some senior men fall into the trap of trying to convince a woman that they deserve respect. They list their accomplishments. They highlight their generosity. They explain how loyal they are. But worth isn't negotiated. It's displayed through behavior. A man who respects himself doesn't beg for validation. He doesn't argue for better treatment. If he's not valued, he steps away. Demonstration is stronger than explanation. The fifth protective principle: stay financially disciplined. Loneliness can make a man emotionally generous in dangerous ways. You might feel tempted to spend excessively to impress, to secure affection, to maintain attention. But emotional spending is risky at any age, and especially in retirement. Save first. Invest wisely. Be generous only when it aligns with logic, not emotional pressure. A woman who respects you will also respect your financial boundaries. If someone pushes you to overspend, to rescue her repeatedly, or to fund a lifestyle beyond reason, that's not love. That's opportunism. And here's something critical: financial stability is not just about money. It represents self-control. And self-control is deeply attractive. Now let's talk about something even more important than money: peace. A senior man's peace is his greatest treasure. At 25, excitement might have been enough. At 35, passion might have outweighed stability. But after 60, you understand something deeper. Calm conversations matter. Emotional safety matters. Consistency matters. A beautiful woman who brings chaos will drain you faster than time ever could. A woman who brings calm, who respects your rhythms, who communicates clearly, who adds warmth without drama, will extend your quality of life. Choose peace over intensity. Another important principle: don't let ego guide your decisions. Sometimes a man stays in a relationship not because he's happy, but because he doesn't want to feel rejected. He wants to win. He wants to prove he can still attract someone. But relationships are not trophies. Your goal isn't to prove value. Your goal is to experience connection without sacrificing dignity. Let go of the need to impress. Let go of the need to compete. Focus on compatibility. Here's another truth: your time is limited. And that makes it sacred. In your 20s and 30s, you could afford years of trial and error. After 60, every year matters more. That doesn't mean rushing. It means being intentional. Don't ignore red flags hoping they'll disappear. Don't tolerate patterns that clearly don't serve you. Don't delay hard conversations out of fear. Directness saves time. And time is life. Now let's bring everything together. Women are not the enemy. Dating is not the problem. The real issue arises when a senior man abandons his standards, his boundaries, and his identity in pursuit of companionship. When you stop overgiving. When you stop tolerating disrespect. When you stop chasing validation. Everything changes. You become calmer. You become more selective. You become more attractive, not just physically, but energetically. Respect increases when self-respect increases. And here's the most empowering realization of all: you don't need many options. You only need one woman who aligns with your values, respects your boundaries, and contributes to your peace. Quality over quantity. At this stage of life, the goal isn't excitement. It's alignment. Alignment in communication. alignment in lifestyle, alignment in emotional maturity. And when you find that alignment, relationships after 60 can be deeply fulfilling because they're built on awareness, not illusion. So remember this. You are not too old to be respected. You are not too old to be desired. You are not too old to build something meaningful. But you are too wise to repeat mistakes that cost you your dignity. Protect your peace. Protect your finances. Protect your identity. And never forget, love without respect is a liability. But love built on mutual respect, calm leadership, and emotional stability, that's powerful at any age. Thank you for being here. And if you want more senior relationship wisdom like this, stay connected. Your best years are not behind you, they're the ones you choose wisely from this point forward.